Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the fusion, and we basically have the fusion calendar live, right? So we have the fusion of Brewguard Jeroboam. Even though I personally said that I don't think he's worth it, I think he should be an easy skip for everybody, I still decided to be like, you know what, let me have a look at the fusion calendar and just check it out with you guys and tell you, maybe give you some tips and tricks of how you can try and make it as efficient as possible if you're trying to go for the fusion, or if not, what you can do to try and grab as many of the fragments as you can, so you can exchange them right over here once the fusion is over, to try and get maybe more high mother mod fragments. Like as you can see right now, I'm 57 out of 100, so I'm quite a far, I'm quite far away from actually being able to do that. But if you guys are doing the fusion, first of all, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious, because most of the people I've seen, they said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna skip the fusion. I agree, it's gonna be good for to have some rest, and I totally agree, right? We definitely need the rest period after the whole Thor fusion, his Titan event, and all the madness that's been going on. We need a few weeks of like, let's breathe, right? So let's look at the calendar, right? So we do have the calendar. It is a fragment fusion, which means that if you do want to do the fusion, it should be a little bit easier. So first of all, let me move myself out of the way and let's see what we can get. So the total that we can get is 130 fragments, and if you don't already know, you only need 100 fragments in order to fuse the legendary champion. Once you have those 100 fragments, you can save them, right? You don't have to instantly fuse them. You can save them for a CVC, for another champion chase tournament, or any other time you would want to, summon him. And it shows us that we can get 55 from tournaments. We can get 20 from tournament leaderboard. We can get 35 from events, and then Hero's Path with champion fragments, 20. So I guess in the Hero's Path you can get some other fragments. So I already am not happy, right? I was thinking like, oh my god, it's actually 135 with what you can get in the tournaments with the usual stuff. It's good, but is it though? Let's have a look at it, right? Let's just have a look at it, see how it goes. So first of all, we have Dragon Tournament, and we have champion training that started. Also tomorrow we have dungeon diver event. So what I would suggest, if you're actually doing the fusion, or if you're trying to be as efficient as you possibly can to try and do this, you would want to try and double or actually triple depth, right? You might have heard this a lot while watching YouTube videos. What do we actually mean by double or triple depth is the fact that when you're using energy to do one of these things, you would basically going to get the benefit of doing two or three things at the same time. Well, what do I mean by that is, for example, in order to get Dragon Tournament, you have to do Dragon runs, right? In order to get Dungeon Diver points, you need to do either Dragon or Campaign or any other area of the game that gives you gear as drop rates, right? But then we also have Champion Training. Well, what it means is you have to level up Champion. So the way that you would triple dip this one, as an example, is you would go into Dragon, and if you're just trying to use as little energy as possible and you don't care about anything else, you don't care about the gear drop rates or whatnot, even though we do have a double chance of dropping speed gear, which is a pretty good chance, but if you don't care about that, you're just trying to be as efficient as possible as with your energy, stage 20 of every single dungeon is the most efficient for the sake of points for tournaments and events, right? It's not the best quality of gear, but basically the energy that you spend and the points, right? The points that you get for tournaments and events, in return, it's most efficient to do stage 20. So what you could do, for example, is you can bring your solo champion, someone does AoE, right? Someone does AoE poisons, and you can just go in there and be like, okay, I'm just gonna solo it with someone like a Theodore, or it doesn't have to be Theodore. You can bring a Eurogram, right? If you have a Eurogram, you can do with Eurogram on stage 10, 20, or even a Venomage, right? Whoever is your best AoE poisoner that is built right, tanky with decent speed and regen set so they can self-sustain, just come to stage 20 and do that. However, if you're trying to be, more efficient, you're to try and get better gear as well, you're gonna push the higher stages. There are several options, like as an example, you can come and do stage, which one? Let me see. Stage 4, for example, with Theodore, he's gonna be strong affinity against Spirit, or maybe you could even try stage 9 if he's built tanky enough. You can try and go to stage 7, for example, with a Nishak. I'm actually in the process of testing a solo for stage 10, and I think I'm almost getting there, right? I think I found the champion to actually manage to solo stage 10, right? Just one champion and 4 food champions. And I think that's going to be my video for tomorrow, so keep an eye out on the channel. But yeah, that's the first thing, Dragon Champion training and Dungeon Divers. I would suggest not using extra energy today, or if you be saving up a big chunk, wait till tomorrow so the Dungeon Divers also starts, because usually Dungeon Divers are really expensive anyway. So you want to try to be as efficient as possible, so you would start that tomorrow. Then we see on Wednesday artifact enhancement. It's pretty simple. Do you have enough silver or not? And there's lots of ways to get silver in the game just by selling gear, farming campaign, forging, and selling the stuff that you don't need. So it's pretty much gear cleanse. Do you have enough silver? Then we see on Thursday we have Fire Night starting. So the good thing over here I see is that maybe by Thursday you should be done with Dragon Tournament and Champion Training Tournament, and maybe Dungeon Divers you're not done, because again, Dungeon Divers is extremely expensive. However, you can do Fire Night and finish off the Dungeon Divers on Thursday. Then on Friday we see that we have a Champion Chase Tournament that, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Summon champions or do fusions. Like as an example, if you have more champions like this, you fuse several Broadmoths, fuse Relic Keepers, fuse any other epics or legendaries that you can, or just straight up, if you have saved up fragment fusions, you can just summon them and that gives you a ton of points. Pretty straightforward. Saturday, the first Classic Arena. Then on Sunday, we see that Dungeon Diver starts and then Artifact Enhancement. Well, it kind of looks to me like Sunday, Fire Night already finishes and then Dungeon Diver starts. So on Sunday, I would focus on other things. I would not necessarily farm anything. I would save up the energy and wait till Monday, where we have the Spider Tournament, and then again we have Dungeon Divers and we have Artifact Enhancement, right? So Monday is going to be double dipping Spider with Dungeon Divers. And maybe I would even wait till Tuesday, I'm not gonna lie, because that Tuesday we should have a CVC. And if you wanna do points during CVC, even though I think it's gonna be one without personal rewards, you can do that. If not, just farm Monday. Then it's gonna be a chill period. It seems like Wednesday, Thursday, just stuff finishing off and just some Spider going on. Then on Thursday, we get another point where we have Ice Golem, Artifact Enhancement, and then we have Friday Classic Arena, Champion Training, and Heroes Path. So what I'm expecting this is going to be another day where you wait on Thursday and just farm on Friday, because what I think is going to be here, I think that on the Heroes Path, I think there's going to be like this, summon champions, right, through shards. So it's going to be like the summon rush equivalent. Each shard gives you a certain amount of points, because normally it's champion chase and summon rush. Well, this time it's going to be Heroes Path. So I think it's going to be summon champions and get gear. I think that's what it's going to be, because as you can see, I don't see it, maybe I'm missing it, but there's not a third Dungeon Divers, right? We only have 2 Dungeon Divers, so the third one, I think they're just going to include in the Heroes Path. So it's going to be Dungeon Divers plus Summon Rush together in Heroes Path. Then that means that on Friday you can start triple dipping again, right? Ice Golem, Dungeon Divers, and Champion Training. You can do all of them together. You find a solo champion for Ice Golem, which I'm going to try and find someone by that Friday, to see if I can find somebody to stage 10. Actually, I think I already did a video. I already did it. Go check it out. I showed somebody soloing stage 10, and spoiler alert, it's Artak, right? And then Classic Arena, pretty straightforward. So it looks like a pretty standard one, pretty easy one. It just gives us extra points as usual in the Champion Training Tournament and the Champion Chase Tournament. Basically, they're trying to make us wail out against each other, so we spend our resources to grab the extra fragments. But I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna go along with it. I'm gonna do everything apart from the summoning one, and you know what, let me just see if we could finish it without the summoning, right? So let's see, without the summoning, we lose 15 from the summoning. And let's say we lose another, 5 from here, so we lose 20 from the summoning. That leaves us with 110. Then you can only get 10 from here. So yeah, it still makes it difficult without summoning. I personally do not want to summon, but if I see that the points are really low, like I don't know, 1500 points, I might just summon Mystery Shards just to grab the extra fragments, or there might be something really quirky going this weekend that might entice us to summon, right? Some sort of a guaranteed, a 1+1 or whatever, even though I don't have shards for anything, so I'm not sure. I think it should be 2 times voids now, but I don't have the shards anyway. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this changes anything? Do you think you're gonna do the fusion now that we see the calendar, or you're still gonna be like me and just grab whatever fragments you can, exchange them for mod fragments, and it is what it is, move on with our day and relax pretty much. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Like I said, keep an eye on the channel because tomorrow I'm gonna release a video that hopefully is gonna be a successful dragon solo on stage 10, right? And that's gonna be a pretty fun one. But yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.